Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Midway Eagles Sports Show, a show about Midway Eagles Sports. There are a lot of Midway Eagles Sports happening right now, with many more to come. We're getting right into that juicy crossover season that...
Gotta love crossover season. But still going, episode 7, you said? Yeah,
yes.
Episode 7 still going strong.
Just working through this.
The train coming, that train you see coming, those lights,
that's
the Midway Eagles Sports Show.
That's us, our dozens of views every week, just barreling down that tight tunnel. But yeah, we got a lot to get to. A lot happening last week, a lot happening this week, but I think it's appropriate to start with kind of something we've already talked about, like the women's soccer team. They had a one-on-one week, but that really wasn't the story. Last week we mentioned Haylee Applegate, who in the span of 2 games had 5 goals and 1 assist, and she got bored with that and said, you know what, I'm just going to do all that in one game, which she did, a 6-3 game against Brescia. Just one of the wildest performances I've ever seen. 6-2, yes. 6-2. My mistake, but just... really, all that stat line in and of itself is impressive. But what's 3 goals in the span of 342?
That was.
Have you ever seen anything?
No,
like it?
I've never seen anything like that. I was unable to watch the game, but I was keeping along with the stats, and I'd pull it up and be like, "We scored another goal." I was like, I could look this up, but I have a good feeling she's already scored a couple up to that point. So you have a pretty good feeling who's going to score those goals. And my goodness, that was one heck of a performance, leading to her much deserved Player of the Week honor now, back-to-back weeks that she's won that. So congratulations to her.
And I think part of the reason, why my mind was on 3, and I mentioned this to you, because I was following the live stats too, and I was doing something else, and then they said Brescia goal, okay, and then that looked to make it 5-3. Then I got out of a tab, and then came immediately back, and I saw she scored again. I was thinking, did she score from midfield? There's no way she. But it was actually
her goal.
Very, very easy to get the goal wrong in Presto, but yeah, she is on a tear, and there was a story about her winning her back-to-back Player of the Week on GoMidwayEagles.com. Shameless plug. And I'll require honesty here, Dylan. Did you read that story?
Yes, I did. I did read that story.
Okay. Well, thank you. But I feel like that kind of lessens the reason to have Clay Cunningham spontaneous soccer trivia tidbits. Because you having read that, obviously then the last Midway Eagle to win it back-to-back Eagles was.
Ooh.
The spontaneity has begun, folks. Dylan.
Ooh, I did miss that.
Now, part of me feels like this is almost like an open note quiz, and it's going to be anticlimactic. But okay, Dylan, who was the last Midway women's soccer player to win back-to-back
Player of the Week?
Player of the Week honors, be it offensive or defensive?
Okay.
Marissa Sauer, Emily Belt, Sarah Underwood, or Bryn Bradley?
Last player to win it in back-to-back weeks. I'm gonna go with Bryn Bradley.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you remembered it and maybe doing a little bit of it, but it was Bryn Bradley. Yes, yes, she won it back-to-back weeks.
Honorable mention All-American.
Yeah, she won it back-to-back weeks in 2021. Also won it twice in the span of 3 weeks in 2019. Mm-hmm. But as for the team itself, currently 3-3 in league play, in 5th place, kind of right there on the border of getting a home RSC tournament game. They've got 4 games left, all at home, which is certainly beneficial, and that starts Thursday against Point Park. That's the women's soccer portion. Now, 2 teams kind of in that crossover mold who off to a great start. We got swimming and bowling. We're going to start with swimming. You were on the scene, Mr.
That's right.
SID
swimming
/ assistant coach.
/ assistant coach.
The women's team stayed unbeaten. The men's team got a split. We'll start with women. What stood out to you?
Yeah, they got that meet started off by winning that first relay that there was, so the medley relay. So to win that, you kind of get yourself started off on the right foot, and That was very beneficial. 5 swimmers accounted for 8 total victories. Great performances by Katie Heath, Josie Briner, and Liz Pear. They each picked up two individual victories apiece. So congratulations to them. Another great meet, off to a 3-0 start. So certainly a good start to the season for them.
And what's your thought? The men's team, they beat that Pikeville team that they beat already, and then fell to Shawnee State. It appears to be a very good Shawnee State team.
Yes.
But got a string of wins too, and then that's a good start for them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that one was a very solid performance. Wins from Brad Blanchard and Daniel Maya, and then also Jalen Wright as well. So those 3 picked up a victory apiece in that meet. So still good results in the pool. They're working on getting swimming a little faster. We're working on that in individuals throughout the week. Speaking from the assistant coach side.
Well, when people see that
very unofficially,
when people see that form, they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about."
Oh yeah.
But yes,
I'm no Olympic swimmer myself.
But you're training some Olympians.
That's right.
Are you bold enough to make that guarantee?
We're not ready to.
Okay. That's fine. It's 2 weeks into a new regime, and we're a combined we've lost level 1. That's a good enough start. We don't need to be aiming for the Olympic Games just yet.
Not.
Just yet. No. But yes,
give us some time.
Yes. Everybody needs time. But you know who's not needed time to gel? What a segue that was. Our Midway Eagles women's bowling team.
They are
open the year.
Fuego.
Won at Columbus in the Welcome Back tournament. Lost by 7 pins. The second time out. We're in 3rd place after day 1 of the Columbian 300 Western Shootout in Indianapolis Saturday, Sunday. Blew right past Calumet College of St. Joseph. Won with 9,328 pins. To second, 9,104 for Calumet. So a dominant performance.
Especially whenever they trailed by, I want to say like 126 pins, I think is what I've seen. So they trailed by that going into Sunday. And Sunday you have nothing but those 16 Baker games. Do you know what Baker games are?
I'm aware.
We can educate people if we need to on Baker games.
It's I've seen it. I'm not. Why don't you?
So if you bowl the first frame, you also bowl the, I guess what would be the 6th frame, right? 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, 5, 10. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly how it works. Just like that. I had to go through the math in my own head.
Somebody's lobbying for a bowling coaching job too.
No. The bowling coaches seem to be doing a well enough job leading the team so far. So we'll let their expertise lead us to a striking victory.
Oh my goodness! Do I even need to be here? You are running this show. But yeah, really. And what's striking is not anything particularly, nothing really jumps out at you individually, but just really good balance. Yep. They were led by Maggie Coleman. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Mid-South Bowler of the Week. Maggie Coleman, who was 7th with 1,267 pins, but they also had Afton Lords, Taylor Petrie, Sasha. I'm sorry, I still don't. Uchwal. All in the top 25. This was a team that had 1 win in program history coming into the year. They've already doubled that with more to come.
That's right.
It's
more to come for them, I think.
I think that's a good declaration. That's better than jumping to Olympics. The Olympics.
Probably so.
We're learning as we go along. Yeah. Sometimes even on the air. But regardless, it's been a really fun team to track so far. And we'll see. To see how the season progresses. Well, now moving on to more of a preview side. It's a big weekend here. It's homecoming weekend.
People.
Just all the fun festivities, and as is usual, that entails a football game, which I guess has not always been the case at Midway, but it is here. And
now homecoming will technically be at soccer. It'll be in between the 2 soccer games, but it is still homecoming.
It'll still be fun and festive to the maximum degree, and the big epicenter of that will be a sprint football game between your 1-3 Eagles and 0-4 Oakland City. I really like just the fact that the entire league just takes a bye. That's it seems like you hear it. It seems that's kind of, but it works. It's just like
it's perfect.
People just be like, you know what, just nobody play that week. I like it. I really do.
Perfect.
It was terrific. But we'll have that game. Will be taking place at Western Hills.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. And we'll have a preview up, shameless plug, on GoMidwayEagles.com very soon. But Dylan, just kind of what are you looking forward to do? What looks like, I think we could say, a very winnable game.
I think it's most definitely a winnable game. I think you kind of said the statistics already. Statistic in the last show, if I can get the word out of my mouth, that I think Oakland City getting beat by an average of 28 points per game.
Well, I know they've scored 8 points in their last 3 games.
8 points in the last. So certainly a game you feel like you can go out and win, and especially going into those last two games of the season, you really want to get this win and get going in the right direction going into those last 2 games, because those last 2 games you got to go up to Whiting, Indiana, up there on the river. So bundle up if you're going to that one.
The region.
that one, and then you also have St. Mary the Woods, but we'll discuss those later on. So certainly a very winnable game, I think, on Saturday at Western Hills. So hope to see you there.
One thing that jumps out, I do have, this will be a battle. Midway, we're currently averaging MSFL low 47 yards rushing per game, whereas Oakland City is allowing an MSFL worst 224.3 yards per game, which is 95 yards more than anybody else.
Wow.
So that'll be a battle to watch. And will Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton be in attendance? Because something's got to give. It's a fun reference to like a 20-year-old movie I never even saw, but I'm sure the viewers will just be tickled pink with that one. But that's come on out to Western Hills to watch.
You can go check out and see who wins homecoming court. I know they just announced the finalists today, so look forward to seeing one of those.
If I may throw out a brag, senior year of high school, 5th runner-up. I almost got to be on the court for basketball. They only let the final 3.
I think they should have definitely.
Oh, absolutely. But I did get to sit in the audience and boo my best friend who did win. So I hope some people. Yeah. So come out and make those type of memories.
That's right.
I'm talking about it 20 years later. Yeah. I'm not a narcissist. I'm just sharing, relatable experiences.
He's not still upset about it. He's still not upset about it.
I brag about that far more than I should, but which is to say that
you can come check out some homecoming action, check out the women's team play, and check out homecoming, check out maybe a little bit of the men's game, and then you can head on over to Western Hills, make that 20-minute drive on over to Western Hills. Might get to see a baseball team who won conference last year. Might get to see them at halftime. Don't know. Might, maybe. Who knows?
What more could you greedy savages want?
What more could you want?
Hopefully some cross-country information, because that's what we have here.
Nice.
A standout here. We had we should have mentioned Haylee Applegate, we think, was this a program record for goals? Our records, we're going to try to find that, but our records, like at least 2008. We can't say for sure we have a new women's cross-country 6K record.
That's right.
Set by Ms. Trinity Smith at the Angel Mountains Invitational, a really tough tournament with 12 Division I teams. But yes, she came out with a 6K record, 23:38. Very tough field, seemed to bring out the best in her. For someone who's been, the best runner on the women's team for a while, it's nice of her to see her get that kind of.
Yeah, no, she's certainly, excuse me, she's certainly running much faster, obviously with the school record there. But going through and looking at Player of the Week, Runner of the Week noms this week, voting on that. Hannah Wells, who, if you may remember, won the Midway University Cross Country Invitational from IU Kokomo, won it by a pretty good margin, and Trinity was a pretty good distance away. Trinity has almost completely closed that gap, so she actually didn't win. Did she win? Did Hannah Wells win it, or did Bree Alderton win it? It
was Bree Alderton.
Bree Alderton. But anyway, Trinity certainly trying to climb up the ranks and getting hot at the right time. They got one more meet and then a couple weeks off before the cross country championships. So hopefully she can keep that going.
Yeah. I'd put that dunce cap back on you, but I got it wrong too, and I don't have the energy to make it in the graphic. We got so much B-roll this week that this is going to be a tough edit as is.
We do have some,
but
maybe some swim footage.
Well, I'm hoping next is that we got some men's soccer footage because
let's hope so. Yes.
We saw the men's team's gotten back right into the RSC tournament mix with a couple consecutive conference wins, including a 2-0 win at Brescia last week, which really included a whale of a goal by Eric Martinez Duran.
We need to see that video, so we need to make sure we get that.
Hopefully,
video.
Yes.
Hopefully, that video is right.
We're holding it up here, otherwise this will just be a foolish look on our part. But yes, they're currently 7th in the standings, and with 4 games left, 2 very winnable ones against Ohio Christian Indiana East, who are also sort of scratching and clawing for their postseason.
Yeah, we're all kind of right there, kind of jockeying for those final couple playoff spots. So I think if they were to get two wins, and talking to Coach Walls, I think maybe you avoid Rio. So which Rio number 7 in the country right now, I think. So
it's a good strategy.
That would be a good strategy. Good strategy.
Yeah. But they got 4 games left, also all at home, and they are also against Point Park on Thursday. eSports, we mentioned this win streak is up to 11. Haven't lost since September 21st. That's
they got a couple big ones tonight.
I know.
We're filming this on Wednesday.
Yes, I was told that they have a pretty difficult schedule this week, but I mean, momentum is certainly on their side. And lastly, we had a lot going on here yesterday. Like we talked about that crossover season. We had some media days, and then we let our wild side
feel the
show.
madness.
It's still infiltrated every inch of my body. Midway Madness. It says in my notes here, discuss that it happened.
Midway Madness was quite the spectacle last night. It was some great attendance by the student body. I know Coach Scott and his staff did a great job of, and then also our student affairs staff did a great job of marketing that. So that was great. It was kind of great to get everyone ready to go for basketball season. Had a dunk contest. Someone tried to jump over someone sitting in a chair. That one was he unfortunately didn't get it to go, but
it was a pity. It was a good idea.
It was a good idea. Had Coach Scott actually join the fun, giving an assist on one of the dunks. So some pretty good dunks.
And we got the flashing lights.
Lights. You'll see those.
Yes.
You'll see those.
Fair warning if you have epilepsy, but it was a rave-like atmosphere. I would say.
I will say, our coaches, they can dance. They can cut a rug. They can cut a rug, guys.
They've got boogie fever, and hopefully it will translate.
I mean, one of the men's coaches brought out the worm. And I can't remember what song it was that Coach Scott danced to.
Was it "Brand New Key" by Melanie?
I think it might be it.
Yeah,
I think that might be it. So certainly know how to dance. I can't teach you how to dance. Someone asked me, can I show them? Can I teach them how to Dougie? I said no. Yeah. I was hoping you could teach me how to Dougie. So
we got a regular Phil Collins over here. I can't dance. I can't dance. I've got all sorts of like 20 to 60-year-old pop culture references for you, our viewers. Who thank you again for tuning in. We're gonna
busy weekend. Busy weekend.
Gracious, yes,
on campus,
but fun. And we want you there. If anyone who's watching this that doesn't come out to I'm going to take it as a personal insult. So please, just enjoy the festivities.
That's right.
But thank you. But regardless, thank you for enjoying the show. And we will be with you
next week.
Next time.
Are you throwing
that on the show?
Yeah, sure.